Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
One man is dead after a crash north of Baltic Monday morning on Interstate 29. The South Dakota Department of Public Safety says a Volvo went into the median after losing control due to poor weather conditions. The vehicle rolled and 3 of the 4 people inside were thrown.
A 21-year-old man died from his injuries. The others are being treated for serious but non-life-threatening injuries. No names have been released at this time. The South Dakota Highway Patrol is investigating the crash. A Michigan man who admits to dealing fentanyl in South Dakota is headed to federal prison. A judge has sentenced 28-year-old Jacuri Freeman to 5 years behind bars.
According to a plea deal, he faced a maximum of 40 years in prison. Authorities arrested Freeman in August 2022. He was on his way to South Dakota with thousands of fentanyl pills. Sioux Falls Animal Control is asking for help identifying a dog that bit a man. It happened Thursday afternoon on Grange Avenue. Authorities say a man was jogging when he met another man that was walking a black Great Dane on a leash.
The man with the dog pulled the dog off to the side to let the jogger pass. That's when the dog bit the man on his arm. The man with the dog did not share any information at the time. He is described as a white man in his early 30s with a long beard.
Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. A bit breezy out there today, Scott?
Yeah, we'll go with breezy conditions for today coming in from the north and northwest. We could see some of these wind gusts maybe around 40 miles per hour or more across eastern South Dakota and western Minnesota, as well as an isolated shower that can pop up later this afternoon. We'll go with the high temperature in Sioux Falls at 52, 53 in Aberdeen, 50 in Pierre, and 52 in Rapid City. Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. A group pushing for hand counting of all ballots during elections is making another attempt to get a measure before voters. South Dakota Canvassing is circulating petitions in several South Dakota counties, including McPherson. They want counties to adopt rules against electronic voting and tabulating machines. They also seek to limit elections to paper ballots only.
Supporters say it's the only way to ensure election integrity. County commissioners will consider those petitions today. KELOLAND News will be at this morning's commission meeting in Leola. We'll keep you updated about the decision both on air and online. Back in December, the Sturgis City Council authorized bringing short track racing to this year's motorcycle rally. Right now, it's scheduled to take place on the final day of the rally.
However, several community members were unhappy with how everything went down and want to have a voice in the discussion. Now the race is up for a public vote next week.
Yeah, you'll need to read the ballot very carefully. A yes is to reject the contract, essentially no race. A no is to keep the contract, which is essentially yes to the race.
Sturgis's city vote will officially be held on Tuesday, April 9th. Sanaa's Gourmet Mediterranean in Sioux Falls is no stranger to hosting fundraising events for those in need. The most recent one raised more than $9,000 for hungry kids in Sioux Falls and overseas. Sanaa Abresk is known for hosting fundraisers in her restaurant at 8th and Railroad Center in downtown Sioux Falls.
This time around, she raised $9,325. Half of that went to the World Central Kitchen to feed people in Gaza, while half is going to Hungry Hearts in Sioux Falls to help with school lunch debt. But for her, it was another way of honoring her late husband and mother.
In our tradition, if people die twice, when they actually die, and then when people stop mentioning their name. So in our culture, what we do at the anniversary of somebody's passing, we either give food or we give bread, whatever you can afford. And you ask people for prayer, and they remember the person's name, so they never die.
If you'd like to learn more about the organization supported in Sanaa's latest fundraising event, follow the links under this story here on KELOLAND.com.
A cabin in the Black Hills had some unexpected visitors last week. A viewer shared this video of 3 young mountain lions prowling along their driveway Tuesday afternoon.
The National Park Service says if you encounter a mountain lion, remain calm. You should face the animal while backing away and try to make yourself look larger to scare them away.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, our weather forecast, well, maybe some rain and snow showers on the prowl across southwest Minnesota yet today. I wanted to bring this up on Futurecast. I know temperatures are going to be a little better than yesterday in the 50s. But one thing we're noticing, too, is that the wind starts picking up. And then as we get to the peak heating in the afternoon, that's when these clouds will start to roll back in. And see these little areas of green and yellow all back out of the way. You can see some of these kind of drifting through, mainly east of Sioux Falls, but I can't rule out one or two, getting near Sioux Falls. And if that happens, there will be some extra wind with any of those that do happen to develop. Now let's pull the view out a little bit. You can see the general trend across Ketherland today is more sunshine and temperatures, a couple degrees either side of 50, but it's definitely windier in the east. West River, folks, you'll have some wind, but probably not as strong here, 15 to 30 miles per hour. Notice all those little spots, those yellow and green, even a little blue in there from Marshall to Worthington to Spencer, Iowa. That's that whole corridor that kind of shows up here like it did yesterday. So I just want to put that out there, that driving into any of those on radar might be a little bit more than you'll want. You'll see some reductions of visibility if we end up with some big wet snowflakes in there, and then the wind would crank up. It's not going to last long, but those kind of things can be talking points east of Sioux Falls. Then tonight, well, we're not going to lose the wind entirely. It'll still be quite windy at times, and I think tomorrow, we're back there 20 to 40 at least from Sioux Falls to Marshall to Spencer, Iowa. West River looks better. And then eventually we'll kind of turn the corner on this pattern. We'll start to bring in some warmer weather here by the end of the work week. Here's a closer look at the wind gusts, and you can see how the weather map starts to fill in with the orange and the red. And there's definitely a case to be said that those individual little squalls in Minnesota will have some extra punch to them. And look at tomorrow. There's still a lot of orange and red there east of Interstate 29 in the morning and even in the afternoon. Sioux Falls is right back up there close to 40 miles per hour. Well, those 40s today on the maps around Winter and Chamberlain due to the local snow and the effects of that. But I do think that snow will disappear, usually does in April. And then here come the 60s by Friday and Saturday. The next system to affect the region will be in here by probably Saturday night into Sunday. If you're in western South Dakota, it'll arrive a little faster. We're still debating, too, on Monday how much of that to linger in eastern Ketherland. There very well could be some rain left over here. So kind of think ahead here on the planning on into early next week. Here in central South Dakota, a few 60s will try to nudge in here by Friday and Saturday. And in the Black Hills and Rapid City, we are also expecting some rain as we develop on Saturday and then lasting into Sunday. Check out more details online at ketherland.com.